So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about using the AutoCrat add-on for Google Sheets. I do want to say before I get started that if you aren't familiar with Google Sheets or Google Forms, we have a really great Quick Tech by TM tutorial on Google Forms that you can reach from our challenges page. I would suggest starting there if you aren't familiar with Google Forms, but if you are, this challenge is perfect for you. Okay, so AutoCrat, like I said, is a Google Sheets add-on. You're using it in correlation with a form and its corresponding spreadsheet, which is what collects all of the data from the form. After installing the AutoCrat add-on to any Google Sheet, you're able to take form submissions and insert them into a Google Doc or a PDF to be saved and or sent to recipients. So it's basically a mail merge type of add-on. So, for example, if an administrator wants to create a walkthrough Google form to fill out very quickly when he or she does 10-minute walkthroughs, they can use the AutoCrat add-on with the corresponding spreadsheet and have the information that they collect merged into an easy to read document or PDF to be sent to the teacher who is being observed. The add-on does this through email, or you can share through Google Drive. Today, I'm going to focus on showing you how to have it emailed. So AutoCrat is really cool. You can set it up on a spreadsheet so that anytime you have a submission to that particular form, it will automatically send the PDF that you have the add-on create to the recipient's email. So before we get started, there are a couple things that you're going to need to be able to do. So before you can add the add-on, you're going to have a form created, and you're also going to have that corresponding spreadsheet created as well. So what I've done today is I've created a test form, and where I'm actually going to go through and fill it out, and I'm going to walk you through the entire process of installing the add-on and how to determine where those things get sent, and how to make sure that anytime there is a form submission, it does get sent. So I will say that before you can actually go through installing this particular add-on, you do need to have at least one submission to your form. So if you know that this is a form that people are going to fill out at random times, you will want to go ahead and do just a test submission to your form. If it is something that you're going to use all at one time with students or teachers to collect formative assessment or just to collect quick data, then you can wait and add the add-on after all of your submissions are collected, and then launch it and run it all at one time. You will need to make sure that you do collect the person's email address so that there will be an address to send that form to a specific recipient. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to fill out my form just really quick so that we can get started with the add-on. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and submit my form, and it'll take just a second. And I'm on the corresponding spreadsheet, and you can see that my submission has come through. Okay, so here is the submission. So what I'm going to do now in order to install and run before I install and run the add-on, I do want to show you one important step. So you're going to have this add-on merge your information from this particular spreadsheet into some type of document. So you actually have to create a document for it to do that. So I'm going to show you the document that I created. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the recipient's responses emailed to them in sort of like a going away, have a great summer type of letter. What you're going to notice about this particular document is you're going to see some of these spaces where I have these carets and then columns from my form, or titles from the columns of my form inserted. What these carets do is this will tell the add-on to pull the information from that particular column of the spreadsheet and insert it here. So however you have this typed is exactly the way it's going to be inserted. If I had this particular text boldface, then when it inserts it, it's going to make it boldface. Okay. So that's just kind of important to remember. Notice here that I have carets for that particular information that will be submitted through the form, and then the caret for my last column. So it's really important that you make sure that you go ahead and create the document that you want all of the information to be merged to, formatted exactly the way that you want it before you actually install and run the add-on. Okay, so to run the add-on, I'm going to go to add-ons, and I'm going to click AutoCrat. Now, I've already installed AutoCrat on Sheets, and I've used it frequently. If you don't have AutoCrat already installed, you would go to Get Add-ons and then search for it and click Install. It's very, very simple. So I'm going to go to Launch, and it'll take just a second. And notice it pops up on the right-hand side. And I'm going to click New Merge Job. And this is letting it know that I have a new job for this particular add-on to create. Okay, so the first thing it's going to ask me to do is to tell it what particular document I want to merge my data into. So I'm going to click Drive because I've already created my document, so I'm already a step ahead. And I am going to find my document, and I know that it was called AutoCrat merge letter. So there's my document. So I'm going to select it. And what it's going to do is it's going to pull up it's going to pull up your information to make sure that whatever your information, your tags and your carets are, those tags match the headers from your columns. Okay, so I'm going to call this merge job AutoCrat merge letter. And then it's just going to have us check our tags. So the tag first and last name, I want the information from first and last name to populate there. What was your favorite learning experience? What was one of your favorite learning experiences your students had this year? I want to make sure that that's the particular header that pulls the data in there. What is one thing you'd like to learn more about? Make sure that that matches. When all of this matches, you click Save. Okay, so now this is going to ask you how you want it to save each particular document or PDF that the merge creates. So it gives you some options here with $signs. So what I usually do is I usually have it save it as the person's name. So I'm just going to highlight and copy that particular title, and I'm going to put it in the file naming convention to use. Okay, so it's going to give me their first and last name. And then what type of file do I want it to ultimately create? I'm going to have it create a PDF because I just think that's easier. It'll send them an email. It'll attach the PDF right there. It looks clean and neat. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that I email and or share the merged documents. So I've got to tell it who to email. Well, I don't want it to be sent to only one person. So I'm going to grab the tag email address, and I'm going to put that tag right here in the email box. That way, no matter when my form is submitted, it will be sent to the email that that particular person provides for me. And I'm going to name the subject, have a great summer. And you could include a message to the recipient. I'm not going to do that right now, but you could. Include the merged document as a PDF file attachment. Now, you do have some other options here. You can certainly choose any of those options that you'd like. I just think that the PDF looks really good. Now, this is a really important step. Make sure that you click Advanced Settings, and you want to make sure that you click the box that says run AutoCrat when new forms are submitted. So that way it will run it every single time someone submits the form, and it will automatically create that document, and it will save it into the folder that you have named for it to save it into. Okay, so once we have all of that done, we're going to click Save. And it'll take just a second. And then it's going to ask you, do you want to run, do you want to preview, or do you want to edit? And so I'm going to click Run My Merge. And then depending on how many submissions you have, it will, tell you whether or not it has processed the data, how many jobs were merged, and how many jobs were skipped. I'm going to click OK. And I can close that out. Now, one thing that you're going to notice about your spreadsheet is it's going to create some new columns here. It's going to give you a direct link to the merged document. And if you wanted to take a look at it, you could click right there. But what will also happen is it will create a folder with whatever you named that folder, whatever convention that you used at the beginning when you named your merge job. It will create the folder, and when you open this folder, that's where these PDFs or these documents are going to go. So if I click on the document, you can see that it has taken my carets and my tags, and it has inserted the information from the form submission. So that's AutoCrat. It's fairly simple to use. Again, it can be used in lots of different situations. I'm using it during the Dare to Share conference at the Outer Banks to collect the feedback for all of the sessions that I'm presenting. And when someone fills out the feedback form, it's going to automatically send them a thank you letter for coming to the particular session, and give them the links for where they can access the information in case they forgot to write that down, and my contact information so that they can get in touch with me if they need to. So there are a lot of different ways that you can use it. It's wonderful as using it for rubrics. If you create a form where you can quickly go through and enter information about student projects, then it will collect all of that into a spreadsheet, and you can use AutoCrat to merge that into a document which can be sent to your students so they'll know exactly why you graded them a certain way or what grade they got and how they can improve, etc. So on the challenge page at the Learn More at, you will be able to find a couple of different links for other ways to use this. Make sure for the challenge that you think about how you could use this in your classroom. And to go to the discussion forum and discuss that. And for the challenge yourself further, it's going to ask you to actually create a form and install AutoCrat and launch AutoCrat on the corresponding spreadsheet. So if you want to do that to challenge yourself further over the summer, then just create just a random sample form. Do at least one submission yourself, maybe do a couple submissions or ask a couple friends to do some submissions. And then practice launching that add-on and having it send those emails. Now, I will show you how it looks in my email when I receive it. So I'm just going to open my email real quick so that you can see what your recipient is going to actually see. And it's always good to test things that way so that you know what it's going to look like. Okay, so if I open this particular email, it should have my PDF attached to it. And there's my PDF. So this is what your recipient would actually get. So that's how you use AutoCrat. If you have any questions, definitely reach out. You can contact us via the discussion board. You can go to the contact page on Quick Tech by TM and fill out the form, or you can tweet and and or email us. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. If you start using AutoCrat and find that it's not working the right way, I'll be happy to chat with you so we can try to figure it out. Thanks.